Hey folks, welcome back. Thanks again for joining us. Okay, so I got video of something on December the 18th, and that's what we lead with. It's pretty self-explanatory, then add in my narration, and it's pretty clear. Then we sort of reference some prior footage that's similar in nature, and then we interlace that with some footage from Florida from last week concerning this quote-unquote drone situation. So check it out, get in the comments, let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks. All right, so this thing's right there. Just keep an eye on it while I bend your ear for a second. First of all, this thing makes two right angle turns in a heartbeat, right? It's also blinking in and out uh, in some odd presentation, which is why I've been calling these things aerial cuttlefish for a year. And they're performing in a way that's at odds with Newtonian physics. So we're gonna watch this again, a little further away, a little faster. We're going to slowly work our way back up to real speed and real distance, but just keep in mind that these things are around all the time. But like the microbial world, you don't see them unless you have the proper tools, in this case, an iPhone, and the ability to slow down the footage. But these things can change their presentation. They can change color, they change size, shape, reflectiveness. They can move so fast that they can't be seen with the naked eye, yet they can also hover. And so their speed variability is like nothing else in the natural world of which we are aware currently. We're going to pause this right here so you can see where this thing is. And even knowing where it is, you won't be able to see it. Conventional subjects, whether they be from the animal kingdom or man-made, do not perform or behave in this manner. And to highlight this point, we're going to go back to March of 2024 and review a capture that we got then to demonstrate this high level ability. Now look at this thing and keep an eye on it. It catches up to this helicopter, gets up to cockpit level, does what it does, and then departs. And note the rotor speed. This is happening exceptionally fast. This isn't even at full speed yet, and it already looks cartoonish and fake. Then you look at it at real speed and you can't, it's not even perceptible. So this footage leaves us with a lot of questions, right? But how about just for starters, like why is this happening over and over and over? Why can you predict this behavior? It's obviously not an insect because you can't predict insect behavior like this. There's something going on, whether it's NHI or totally natural to this world. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's something we're not aware of. And so we have to accept that. We haven't figured it all out yet, folks. And if we have, then things like this would not be so shocking to see. And we would also have already revised our laws of physics to account for behaviors like this. And also, I should point out that being NHI and being from the natural world are not mutually exclusive. You can be both. The only requirement to get to that point is to have the humility to acknowledge that we haven't already figured it all out. But once you do that, then you realize, okay, there are things here that perform in ways we don't understand and have abilities that we can't even fathom. And it's a part of our world. And one other thing too I want to point out is that cheetahs can run 70 miles an hour, but they can also walk and jog and saunter and all the other things short of 70 miles an hour. So you can see something making right angle turns like this, but you can also see it coming through the sky like this. And this is real speed. So, we'd probably do well not to place things in categories and in boxes based upon presentation and performance alone. Okay, so transition time. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this footage by now. It seems to be a helicopter on the left following two orbs down in Florida. I know people are calling these things drones, these two things on the right, whatever. Call it what you want. I'm calling them orbs because that's what they look like. Uh, but yeah, so I'm sure everybody's seen that, but we're going to look at it a little more closely here. And I want to point a couple things out. So we're going to zoom in here and pause it, and there are the two orbs. But in addition, there's this thing. So just keep your eye on that. Watch this. And I put this border up here because look how animated it gets in this little frame here. Then we're going to go back to regular speed for a moment, and then we're going to pause it again right here because it pops back up for one frame. And then we hit play, and then there's another one that pops up over here. Hit play, it cruises through, and then shows up over here again. Hit play, and then it continues on. So these things are throughout this video, and they're throughout a lot of the videos I see of these quote-unquote drones. And the reason I'm taking the time to point this out to you is because I think these things are the same. I think one is during the day, and then at night they look like this. And if they're not the same thing, they're related somehow or another. This is the same phenomena appearing in day and night. Okay, so I could be wrong about that. Maybe those two things, the daytime and the nighttime things, maybe they're different. But I'll tell you, one doesn't nullify the other, right? So if they are different, it's just two things we have to explain. But I personally think they're the same or related somehow or another, I'll tell you. But yeah, and then, I don't want to get on a diatribe or a soapbox with this quote unquote drone situation, but I will tell you that if anybody knows the Where's Waldo series, I feel like this is a gigantic Where's Waldo situation. Like, it's like, where's Orbo? Like, there are some orbs up there, and then in order to make the orbs and the other NHI things difficult to see, our government has decided to saturate the sky with organic man-made craft. And so anyway, I have plenty of other thoughts on it too. But I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed this one. Please get in the comments. Let us know what you think. Share it with other people you think might enjoy it or might have some input. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, folks.